Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough. Let's talk about Waterworld. Yes, Waterworld, a film with a big studio like Universal backing it, big names like Kevin Costner and Dennis Hopper starring in it, and an almost $200 million budget that somehow crashed and burned. Before we look at today's subject properly, here's a bit of a history lesson. An aspiring writer named Peter Rader wanted to get into the film industry. With advice from the bad movie king himself, Roger Corman, he said to start writing a Mad Max ripoff, since post-apocalyptic movies were cheap to make and were the hottest subgenre at the time. So instead of having a movie where the world is just one big desert, the script to Waterworld involved the post-apocalypse where the world became flooded after the polar ice caps melted. Corman himself turned it down, but Universal liked it and originally gave $30 million for the budget. And then the movie's pre-production happened, and things somehow got even more crazy. With the director Kevin Reynolds and Kevin Costner, who both previously worked together on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the crew decided to film live in the ocean, despite Steven Spielberg many years before saying it was a terrible idea when he tried it with Jaws, and advised filmmakers to not do it. They eventually landed Dennis Hopper to play the bad guy, and they brought on Joss Whedon, yes really, to punch up the script, which was already being rewritten regularly. He was meant to work on the film for just 1 week, but he ended up staying for 7. The sets were too big, there were no bathrooms, and filming on the water proved to be a challenge like they should have figured, especially since they were filming during hurricane season. Entertainment news media were picking up on the troubled production and began slamming the film before it was even finished. Even after an extended filming schedule, the problems continued as the final edit for the film was being debated. Costner hated the director's cut, the studio kicked Reynolds off the project, and the film was trimmed down from 176 minutes to 135. With all these hoops and hurdles, trials and tribulations, the film was finally released. And it tanked. Well, in America anyway. It did well overseas, along with some of the tie-in media like home video releases, video games, comic books, and pinball machines. Still wasn't enough to stop critics and audiences alike decrying the film as one of Hollywood's most expensive failures, up there with Ishtar and Heaven's Gate. Though, apparently the director's cut did much better once a slightly edited version of the film aired on ABC, and later got its own DVD release. So now that we know the history of Waterworld as a movie, what exactly led to it getting its own theme park attraction? Opened in 1995, the same year the movie came out, the show was open mostly due to hype up the film, but it seems the stunt show surpassed the movie since it lasted longer and gotten better critical responses from audiences. The show has lasted even to this day, getting its own reopen in 2017. It was also opened in Universal Japan in 2001 and Universal Beijing just 2 years ago in 2021. It even found its way into that stupid Universal GameCube game that I talked about years ago. Enough of the build-up. With all these years later, let's see if the show still manages to stay afloat. This is the Waterworld Stunt Show. So we begin with some stage performers taking the role of atollers, the good guys who are going up against the bad guys called the smokers.
So, I'm gonna give y'all the job. Your job is to be a lookout. You're looking out for smokers. Smokers are real bad dudes. They're jerks. They're pirates. Smokers are the leading cause of death in these waters.
Huh. That was still way more subtle than any of the anti-smoking or vaping ads you see from Truth.
You're a smoker?
No, I never even bought my own pack.
It's a trap.
They then tell the crowd how they can help. The crowd will be lookout, and they're told to give a signal if they see any smokers. Naturally, you'd want a signal to be quiet and subtle, unless you're in an outdoor live show, in which the signal has to be screamed loud as humanly possible.
I want to hear how loud you can get. Wow. I'm pretty sure that I just said as loud as humanly possible, right? That's what you heard. That's the best thing to do.
How do you make the audience louder? Easy. Just throw buckets of cold water onto them.
I think they can do better too. So we're gonna try that one more time. Yes, nicely done.
After the build-up, we then get a big narration dump about the plot of the movie.
Future. The polar ice caps have melted, and the continents are deep beneath the waves. The survivors live on these floating fortresses known as atolls. in this place called Waterworld.
Luckily for our heroes, Helen, the main female lead from the movie, shows up to Waterworld showing off a bag of dirt, a sign that there is dry, livable land out there.
Feast your eyes on this.
This is pure dirt.
Yeah?
How'd you come by it?
They've been to dry land.
Dry land is a myth.
Hey now, they said the same thing about ice.
There is no ice. There's never been any ice. Ice is just a myth.
Who are you gonna believe? Huh? Who are you gonna believe? But uh-oh, it seems the smokers are about ready to infiltrate and stop our heroes, so it's time to head into their battle stations. After an impressive fire effect and some simulated bullets shot across the water, the Atollers try to hose them down, but the smokers' backup then shows up. Help me! After all these years of living in Waterworld, I somehow never learned how to swim! That was incredibly stupid on my part! I'm kidding. She makes it across and gets captured by the smokers. And then these heartless bastards shoot one of their men as he falls into his watery grave. And then they have the audacity to laugh and gloat and ring out their evil leader, Deacon. I love how the rock music kicks on as soon as Deacon makes his entrance. Deacon is a wrestler and the music is his intro music. And I don't think I'm too far off with that comparison. Watch as he makes his way in and begins demanding applause and taunting the audience like a usual wrestling villain.
Hi, I'm Tiger Woods. Hey, who's got that golf ball? Hold that thing up nice and high. The gentleman has got my golf ball. No, it's okay. We might actually need these people. Bag this. Thank you.
You'll never find dry land, Deacon! I won't let you! And neither will the Mariner.
The Mariner? You talking about your half-man, half-fish boyfriend, the guy that poked out my eye? Oh, yeah, look at what he did to him! Look!
I like these two. They have good chemistry together. Deacon tries to get information about the drylands out of Helen and one of the Atoller soldiers. They drop the guy to his death after he admits he knows nothing. After some squabbling, the smokers tell Deacon that the Mariner, you know, the half-man, half-fish Kevin Costner character from the movie, is apparently under the water. Until he springs up out of the water on a jet ski. And now we get some pretty awesome fight choreography. I'm not kidding. It's genuinely good. I can't even make fun of it. Check out this little highlights reel.
What's wrong with this thing? The girl is getting away! The girl, you idiot!
Seriously, I have no way of making fun of it. That was really well done. After more awesome pyrotechnics and some hand-to-hand combat, Deacon gets the leg up on Helen by knocking her down to the ground.
Hey, fish boy! Look what I found, just sitting in a box. Big Bertha.
What'd he say?
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha?
Big Bertha.
As in, like, the fish from Mario 3? I mean, I guess that would make sense, because big bodies of water, fish creatures. Mariner dodges his shots and takes out Deacon's men until he ends up shooting him and they fall into the water. Deacon then declares his victory.
Winner! incredible breath support. Thank
He
you.
forces Helen to climb and wait for his plane, but of course, Mariner works his way back up with a grappling hook. Helen works her way off to the side on another platform while our hero and villain duke it out. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The plane crashes and splashes water all over the audience. But Deacon is still standing. It seems he's about ready to defeat Mariner, but then Helen freaking hits him with his own artillery. He's set ablaze, jumps into the water, which then catches on fire.
Hey, if we're underwater, how could there be a...
And our two heroes hop into the airboat and sail off to dry land.
And so the Deacon's threat has ended. But civilization may start anew on dry land. While the Mariner roams the 4 points of the compass.
That was the Waterworld stunt show, and that was actually really good. I heard good things about the show before I saw it, and after actually watching it for myself, yeah, this was a lot of fun. The interactivity with the audience is great, the stunt work is really impressive, the pyrotechnics, explosions, and especially the plane crash are awesome. The actors are clearly having fun. I personally love the over-the-top delivery the guy playing Deacon gives. And it actually redeemed Waterworld. They took a critically and financially panned film and brought some new life to it. There's a reason that this has gone on for so long, because it's just a very entertaining stunt show. In other words, Waterworld the movie, specifically the theatrical cut, bad. Waterworld stunt show, awesome. I'm the Media Whiz, cause hold it right there. Oh good, great, what now? Since I am the YouTube sensation, the Water Critic, and because reviewing water bottles and other water-related things is my gimmick, I will have you know that Waterworld is one of the best movies ever made. Alright, come on, Water Critic. Is this leading to something? Yes, it is, for you see, I am going to force you to review something from Universal Studios that is much, much worse. Alright then, what is it? Okay, well guys, he said he's gonna do the review, so you can cut to the clip that he's gonna react to now.
Fast and Furious Supercharged. It's the grand finale of the world-famous studio tour.
My boat.